Hi everybody, and welcome to another edition of Dave's Diner. Today we're going to be stuffing zucchini, and we're going to take a couple of these and take a little bit off the top here and then carve it out like a little canoe, and then we're going to stuff it with some really good stuff. So stick around and we'll show you how it's done, and thanks again for joining me at Dave's Diner. Okay, and as you can see, we've taken them and we've carved them out and just like little canoes, and pretty straightforward. Just take the top off till about here. You can see where I kind of cut a little thing down there. I came back this way and cut in, and then I just carved it out and kind of used a tool like this. I don't know where the heck I got this, but it sure did work good. But you could use a spoon or a small knife, something like that, but just go in and carve it out. That's how you do it. Okay, the stuffing for the squash is going to be some chicken. Now this is chicken breast that I just took and I boiled it in a little salted water and shredded it and chopped it so you get a nice consistency like that. Then what we're going to add to it is some salt, and we're going to add some garlic. Then we're going to add some pepper, and we're going to add some Parmesan cheese. Good helping of that. Then what we're going to add is a product called aniseed, and this is used in lots of Italian cooking and sausage making and things like that. This is what gives pepperoni and sausage and all that stuff, that flavor that you get in Italian cooking. So we're going to add a little bit of that. Then we're going to add some olive oil. And a little tomato product. This can be any like ragu or even a pizza sauce or anything like that. We're going to put that in there, and this is going to bind it all together, make it into a really tasty type stuffing for those squash. You don't need breadcrumbs, because that Parmesan cheese and a little bit of the oil is going to act as the binding agent. And binding agents are, people use egg and people use breadcrumbs and all that, but I don't want to put bread in this. I just want it to taste like the filling and the squash. All right, now it's time to stuff these babies. So what we're going to do is grab a small spoon and just start packing that stuff into each one of these little canoes. I learned how to carve a canoe from the early Americans, and that's why I know how to do this. I'm just kidding. So, but that's how you do it. You just take and stuff that in there like that, and be generous with it. You can pack it in there and just like that. This one's a little bigger. This is probably the one I'm going to be eating. The other one's going to be for the lovely Miss Vicky. Well, there they are, all stuffed. These are going to go into a 375 degree oven for about 45 minutes, maybe even an hour. It just depends on what they look like. Just keep an eye on them, but generally speaking, until you see it's cooked through. Okay, folks, this is what it looks like when it's all done. I've made a little garnish of tomatoes. And then here I've got, this is fresh chopped basil and minced garlic with a little olive oil and a little salt. And we're gonna go ahead and just kind of garnish the whole thing with that. All those lovely colors, and oh, I'm telling you folks, it doesn't get much better than that. Thank you for watching. Well, that turned out pretty good, didn't it? That chicken and tomato and that little bit of basil and oil on the top and everything, and bacon in the oven, that came out really good. So I'd urge you to try that. And cooking's pretty easy. So I hope these films are educational and helpful, and thanks for joining me on Dave's Diner, and we'll see you next time. Thanks again.